Hey, call me Louis. This is my spot. LuiSpot.
Every person that came into Africa did Africa a disservice. Earlier today, I was accused of Arab bashing in an interview over WNYC. I was saying that the Arab slave trade started 1,000 years before the European slave trade, and that it drained Africa of so much time and energy and organization, the Africa did not have the organization and the energy to successfully resist the European slave trade. Going to have to prove ourselves equal to the nature of change. And to prove yourself equal to the nature of change, you have to prove yourself equal to the nature of revolution. And realize revolution is not always killing people. Revolution is making a dramatic change in your own life and the life around you. Doing for yourself what you've been expecting other people to do for you. You cannot start by hoping to have a great mass around you. You can take the teachings of Marcus Garvey, especially his African fundamentals. You can look at the document compiled by Professor Hill. You can look at the work compiled by Professor Martin, Tony Martin, then other scholars who found different approaches to Marcus Garvey. You can make up your mind that you're going to have to stop being those small, selfish people worrying about petty sororities and fraternities and a whole lot of things, wasting your time. You're going to have to learn that everything that touches your life must contribute to your liberation or be thrown into the ash can of history. The ANC, Nelson Mandela, is a delicate thing because I am a great admirer of the man, and I think he's the finest African to emerge since Kwame Nkrumah. Now, when I say this, and say that I have some honest differences of opinion, you have to understand this honest difference of opinion is based on the fact that I have been related to African revolutionary ideas most of my life. And I think that some publicity, some admission should have been made about the work of the PAC, Pan-Africanist Congress. Some words should have been said about the movement of Stephen Biko, African consciousness, the unity movement led by Mr. Tapata. Some words should have been said about the role of women in the South African struggle, and there are 2 new good books on the subject. And that ANC becomes as acceptable to white people as the NACP. And inasmuch as integration has already failed, we need to say that, to acknowledge the fact that Nelson Mandela, a great strategist, might have been saying some things for strategy that he might have to change later on. Some things that are unreal. When he said a multiracial society, I don't know of any multiracial society in history. That one people had to be in charge. I don't know of a non-racist society in all human history. And I don't know of any society in history where the Europeans shared power with the non-Europeans. If I catch a thief in my home and I've got a 6-room, I'm not going to negotiate with the thief and say, you stay in the back room or the front room so long as you behave yourself. I'm going to negotiate with the undertaker to take the thief away. Now, I don't think Nelson Mandela can afford to say things like this, but maybe I can say them because I've got nothing to lose but my obscurity. But we need to be honest with ourselves, because nations are coming into being in Africa that are fake. Namibia is not free. Whites bought up all the real estate, took all the money out of the country, then give the African a limousine and say, now you're free. You got limousine on the fry. They're deep in debt. People don't send armies anymore, they send money. They take all of your money and they send part of it back as a loan. Then they send one of them to manage the money and manage you in debt to the point that you got to obey them when they tell you what to do. Money is the new form of imperialism. We need to look at Southern Africa. We need to look at the whole frontline states. We need to look at the fact that no African came to power in Angola. And one of the reasons why a faker, a sellout, a stooge of the FBI like Zavimbe could get so much play is that he's disguised as a nationalist. He looks like the people, he walks among the people, and they see him, they touch him. But those assimilators who took over power are mostly half Portuguese, wear Portuguese clothes, belong to the Catholic Church, and most of them got Portuguese wives. They don't relate to the people. So the people never came to power in Angola. That's a beautiful country, and a big country, and a rich country. We got to stop glorifying these fakers who come to power and sell us a bill of goods. Whites bought up all the real estate, got a hold of all the land in Namibia. Now you're free. Free how? The people of Namibia should go back and understand the spirit of old King Mandume in the Herero War 1904. When he challenged the Germans drove 60,000 women out into the desert, told cohabit or die, because they wanted to create a bastard race. And they did not know the Herero woman never cohabits outside of her tribe, not even with another African. And she sworn by custom to bring virginity to her wedding bed. Now you think all Africans are promiscuous, you better think again. Now, if you want to find an African who experiment before the marriage, you go up, look further among the Mende-speaking people. Then with the approval of mother and father, you can stay together and have 2 or 3 children before the wedding. You have many customs and many cultures in Africa. They all don't work alike. Old King Mandume pulled his people together and said that we are proud people. We walk the earth carrying the sun on our shoulders. If we let this happen to our women, we would have to put down the sun and the world would be in darkness. Look at the symbols now. He unified the Mambas and the Hereros and took them into that battle. He lost 1/3 of the whole Herero nation, but he rescued those women and brought them home. And the Germans never touched them again. Or tried to. And come World War I, and when the German was given 3 years to pack and get out of Namibia, they said, we'll only need 1. They was out of that. But they rehearsed for Nazism in Namibia. And yet you got Germans right there now helping to manage the country. We are so liberal, and our memory bank is so short, bankrupt. People who raped our mother walking around free as a bird among us, grinning in our face. We don't even have enough meanness to get justifiable revenge. There's certain revenge that's owed to every man who's got manhood. I grew up in a community where you didn't even say bad words in front of a man's sister. I mean, I put up my dukes even if I'm afraid. Man, you don't talk that way from my sister. We can say anything in front of your sister, mother, grandma. You don't bat an eye now.